Today we're going to be looking at how I make these little birdies. So stick around if you want to make yourself a tiny bird for summer. Hello and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube. No, this is not a scene from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, although it may look like it. I have got a lot of birds on my desk, and I have them here to show you the different kind of birds that you can make with this particular little pattern that I'm going to share with you. It's the same pattern that I use for the robins, except when it's not Christmas. I mean, robins are year round. You can make a robin whenever you like, but they do tend to be associated with Christmas time. But these birds can be whenever birds. So I've got a whole host of birds here that I have made. I used to sell these on Etsy. Loads of them I've sold. I've sold them in batches as well. People have bought a whole ton of them just to give out as little presents, little stocking fillers. Great little present for teachers if you want to kind of knock a few together if your kids are moving on a year or leaving. It's a nice little present to give, so it's just something that you could have under your hat anyway. Now, these are the ones I've made lately. These ones are all out of my box of birds that I have previously made. I need to do something with them. They need to fly away. So I'm considering whether to list them somewhere. I've got a folksy shop, which I may put them in. I've also got my coffee shop, which I may put them in. I don't know yet, but some of them have got to go. So I will be listing those at some point. So I've been trying to design a little thing for them to go on to, anyway, is what I'm saying. So like the tiny houses that I've been making, I've done a little tiny bird card for these. And these are more like your, I've never seen, well, there are green birds, aren't there? Yes, of course there are. These are more like natural coloured ones, although you probably debate that by looking at the underneath of the wing part. You can put some of the sparkly stuff underneath them, which gives them a little extra special summon if you like a bit of glitz in your life, which I do. So I've got quite a few of those in all different varieties. Look at them. Look at them shine. Look at them shine. So many. I did that one as a special Valentine's one. So underneath his wing, instead of the little cutout that I do there, I did a little heart shape. So it's got a heart-shaped wing and then it's got a little heart on its chest. So that could be for someone you love. Then we've got this wacky crazy boy here. You can customize these to your heart's content. Some of them have got stitching on. So the latest ones I've done, I've been adding a little bit of stitching in because I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the contrasting stitching on my birdie. The earlier ones sometimes are quite plain. You can vary the eye. So for these ones, I've been using the brad, which I have been favouring lately. You could use a sequin if you wanted an extra glitzy eye. I think I've got some of these that have got a French knot. I'm sure I saw one with a French knot for an eye. I maybe imagined it, but that's also another possibility that you can do. So you could have little French knot as an eye. But I like to add some detail, like little stitches in for the tail, little stitches. I do 3 little stitches around the eye, etc., like so. There's one with a, he's not got a French knot, he's got like a little cross. So it's like cross stitch and then a plus over the top of it, if you know what I mean. So that is probably a similar, like a French knotty kind of eye. So I knew I got one somewhere. Anyway, you don't want to listen to me waffle on about all the different birds I've got on my desk, because there's plenty. There's about 30 different birds. 30 different birds that I've got to rehome. So That's by the by. So let's push all these boys off onto one side. And I'm going to put these on another side because these are the ones I'm going to be doing one of these ones today, except it's going to be in a different colour because, you know, I like to vary it up. This glitzy boy's got in there just because I had a spare little card and I put him on there. But these four are the ones I've done fairly recently. So I'm going to do another one in another colour. So let me go and grab my supplies and I'll show you how to put it together. So here are the bare bones of what you're going to need. You're going to need a thread of some kind and a needle. You're going to need your pieces of felt that you've cut out from the template. I shall put the template for these birds in my Facebook group. It's all free. You can just go over there. You have to answer a few questions and then you're in. And in the files section, there will be a pattern for a little bird, a tiny bird, I'm going to call it. So that's what you need to be looking for. If you can't find it, just give us a shout or a holler and somebody in the group will point you in the right direction. I'm sure. I know they will. So yeah. Your felt, I tend to use pure wool felt for these because I think it's lovely. It's got a lovely feel to it, and it doesn't pull apart as much as some craft felts will. Now you can also get a mix of like 40% wool, 60% rayon or whatever else they add into it as a mix, and that's also acceptable. But for me personally, I like to do them with the pure wool felt. I know it's a bit more expensive, but I think if you put in effort into something, then if you can get hold of it, then the pure wool felt is a lovely thing to use, and it's nice to stitch through as well. It just feels so nice because you've got lanolin in the wool and the needle just glides through it perfectly. Anyway, I'm waffling on. So you can see I've cut mine out. I've cut the wing out. When I do the wing, I get a really, really sharp pointed scissors just to snip a tiny bit and then cut around it, because I'll be on the template, you'll have a little bit for the wing, so you can kind of just draw that on. If you're working on dark fabrics, a white gel pen will do this as well, and it rubs off afterwards. You can just rub it and it comes off. Or a white fabric marker pen or a dark coloured fabric marker pen will work as well. Right, so we've got one piece with the wing cut out and one without. That's going to be the back of your piece, where you will either attach a brooch pin on the back like these ones I've got here. You could make these as decorations to hang. You could make them as key charms. You could make them as bag charms. You could make them just do one half and it could be on a greetings card. You know, this is adaptable. You can use this pattern for all kinds of different things. The other thing you're going to need is a little scrap of fabric. So we want this fabric to be underneath the wing, like so. So you don't need much. We need about just over an inch square just to go underneath, and you can trim that down afterwards. But that just gives that a nice little detail underneath the wing. You've seen on some of the others, like this one, put some glitzy fabric, and that makes my heart happy as well. But this equally makes my heart happy, so we're going to go with that. Right, the first thing I do is I get a little triangle of felt in a beaky colour and stick that on. I do that with the felt and foam glue, the one that I'm always spouting on about. See if I've got one in here. I don't know if I have or not. I probably don't. It's over my other side. Or a beacon felt glue works as well, but mine's the Aleene's felt and foam glue. Or any other kind of fabric glue will work as well. I do stitch. You can stitch it on if you want to. I know these have got stitched beaks on, and that's kind of a nice finish as well. But for the latest ones, I've just been sticking the beaks on because it's just a little bit of a faff that you don't actually really need to do if you don't want to. Obviously, if you're feeling it, do it. Right. The next thing I do, once I've got all that sorted out, he's got his beak on, it's got his wing cut out. What I want to do then is to put his eye in. Now, you can stitch it on. You could do a little sequin and a bead if you wanted to. I'm favouring these little brads. They're about 4mm brads, and I tend to use these a lot because they are easy to use. So I'll look at eyeball where I want his eyeball to be. I'm going in with my awl and trying not to prick my finger. So you can see there, it's got a little hole. Little brad goes through, and you open the prongs at the back, and your birdie's got an eye. Now I'm going to add some definition in so you can see his eye, because he's quite a dark bird, this one. He's nice, like a very dark indigo blue, and I'm really liking that. I've not done an indigo blue one for a while, so we're doing indigo blue. I haven't got an indigo, well, I have got an indigo blue thread, but I'm going to use this one because it's going to show up a little more against the felt. So I'm going to cut myself off a length of that. I'm going to start my needle and just load it up. Actually, before that, I might as well just do his tail feathers and the eye bit. So I'm going to do that first. So I've got a little bit of this variegated stuff that I'm going to use for that. So I need to thread that up. Thread it through. And fasten a little knot in the end, like so. And I do the 3 little stitches. Well, they're quite long stitches, but I do tack them. I do like a couching down thing. So I'll go back. Let me take you in so you can see. So I've done my stitch. It's quite a long one. And I'm going to go up at the side of it and go back down almost the same place I came up, just to couch it down. And I do probably 2 of those, like that. Then I go back there. I'm going to go out to there. And I'm going to couch this one down in the same way. I think I can take you back out now. I think you probably got the idea of that one. So let me just take you back out a little bit. Ooh, in a bit further, out a bit further. There we go. Last stitch for this one on his tail. Let's go in there. Couch it down. I'm just considering whether I want to do around him in this lovely variegated thread, because I think it looks quite nice. But no, I'll stick with my my dark blue. So I just need to fasten this up. So I find a little spot, wrap it around and fasten it off. There. Now I want to add that eye detail in. So where his eye is, I'm going to go 1 stitch. 2 stitches. And 3. There. Like so. So we've got a little bird. You can see his eye a little better now because that shows it up. I'm just going to fasten that one off at the back. So he's got his eye and he's got some detail on his tail now. So I'm just going to have a look, see if I can find a different indigo thread and also get some more of this, because I want to add some little stitches in like I did there, and also for around his wings. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'll be back in 1 second. I've actually found this one which I quite like. I kind of dug it out earlier and then forgot about it. It's in the Eleganza. It's the wonderful Eleganza pearl cotton, and this has got kind of like, it's kind of like raveny colours, I'd describe it as. So I'm going to go with this to add some little texture onto his chest, and then go around the wing area where the fabric is going to be. So let's get that on there now. And a little knot in the end of there. Okay, let's do the chest bit first. So I come in about 1/2 centimetre in from the edge, and I just do a few little running stitches to add a bit of detail into there. So I'm going to do 4 on this first round, and then I come up where the gap is in between them, a little bit further out, and do 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then, do I want to do 2 lots? Oh yeah, let's do another one with 2 stitches in down here. It just adds a little bit of texture, and although you can't really see it on this blue, it's got some like variegation in it, which is quite nice, and I like that. So we've got our little bird, and he's got his stitches on his chest. Now we want to do the fabric on the back of his wing. So what I tend to do here is a little controversial, but I do use a glue stick just to hold it in place. I'm just going to go around his wing at the back here, little bits of glue just to hold it, because this will keep it all in place while I stitch. So I'm going to place it right sides down there, and I will trim off some of the bits at the edge here, because you don't want those to poke out like so. Okay, so with my thread I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do a little oversew stitch all around the wing, like so. Just a tiny one. This is twofold. It's a little bit of decoration, but it also helps keep that wing open a bit so that you can see the little fabric underneath. Can you see that? It's got like a little flappy wing. And then I just go all the way around the little opening, try not to attach my thread to the wing as I'm going. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll be back, and I'll show you what else I do next. Okay, so I've put a little bit of extra light on because it's just a bit dark on here. Obviously I'm doing a dark bird as well, which doesn't really help. Should have thought of that first, Chatfield. Should have thought of that first. Never mind. Another thing you're going to need is a little bit of polyester filling, just to give your bird a bit of a squish. If you're doing these for greetings cards, unless you're doing a brooch attached to a greetings card, which is also a gift as well as a card, if you're just doing the one bird, obviously you don't need this. You know, just doing that on a card would be quite nice, I think. Very, very effective as a little greetings card. But yeah, if you're doing the broochy one or the key ringy one, or one that's an ornament, then definitely you're going to need a little bit of stuffing. I mean, you could put a little bit of cardboard in if you wanted to, just to give it a bit of stiffness or whatever, but I quite like a nice squishy bird. I'm sure a lot of people do. Anyway, let's take you out a little bit. I am going to put these two together now. So the back has gone to the front with the front, and just get rid of all these little fluffy bits around the side here. Knock my thread all over the table. And I'm going to go in from just where the base of the tail is, take that in, lose a knot inside, and it's just a case now of over sewing all the way around your bird. I'm going to sew an over stitch or a stab stitch or whatever you want to call it all around. You could do it as a blanket stitch as you like. It really is up to you. I'm quite happy just doing this stitch because it's not too obtrusive, you know, it doesn't stand out too much. You can also do it in a contrasting thread if you want your stitches to stand out. That is completely up to you. I'm going to take it round to the beak and then I'll show you how I do the beak part. So I've got to the beak part. I do this slightly differently now. I used to stitch it all, but now I'm just going to, I kind of go in from the bottom and come it through this second layer and try and avoid the beak bit, if you see what I mean. It's kind of hidden behind the beak then. Sometimes you just have to fiddle around a bit until it comes out, not through the beak, but just into the felt behind it so it's held together. I just find that's the way I enjoy putting them together now. I mean, when I look back at one of the older ones, let's have a look, see if I can find one. This boy here, you can see the little stitches around his beak that I did. So you can do that either way, you know, I give you the choice, it's up to you. So I'm going to attach a new thread here. So if you need to swap your threads throughout, I go through the middle of those two, give it a little wrap around a couple of times, pull it up so it knots, and then I take that back through to lose the knot inside. I'm just going to snip that there, get myself some more thread. And what I'm going to do is from where I left off there, I'm going to stitch around to there, but leave like an inch gap there so that I can put some stuffing in. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop there and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm ready to push a little bit of my stuffing into my bird. And what I need is my little pokey stick. This little pokey stick is so handy. Every table should have a pokey stick. Pokey sticks are very handy. So I'm going to get an amount of stuffing there and just push it in with my pokey stick. You see, my pokey stick has also got a bit of white tack on the end, so that if I drop anything on the floor, I can just I can just fiddle around with my pokey stick, like little bits of paper and stuff. It's great. It's such a handy tool. Pokey stick with a bit of blue tack on the end. Other tacks are available. This is white tack, actually. Handy little tools. What's the one thing that you have on your desk, or a couple of things that you couldn't do without? Obviously one of mine is my pokey stick because I use it for all kinds of stuff. My other love on my desk that I probably couldn't do without, and I'll show you now. And they don't do these anymore, which annoys me, but I have got another set in my drawer. Are these scissors, these little scissors that have got tiny detail blades on them, and you can get into all kinds of little areas, nooks and crannies with those, but you've got a nice big handle to hold them with. They don't do them anymore. It really is annoying to me, but I'm hoping that I've got enough with these and the ones I've already got to last me through now, so I won't need to buy any more. But those are the two things, pokey stick and a good pair of pointy scissors. What are your two? Please leave me a little comment down below, because I love to know what everybody else has as an essential. And you know that if you tell me, I'll probably go and get the same thing as well, because I hate to miss out. I have a severe case of FOMO when little handy supplies are listed and I think, oh, that'd be great, yeah, I'll have one of those. So you can see I'm stitching that close now right up to where we started with his tail there. So that's all enclosed. I'm just going to give myself one extra stitch. I'm going through the 2 layers of felt. I'll do my 2 little wraps around, pull it up, and then I take my needle back into the body of the bird, pull it so that that knot goes through, so it's lost in the fabric, and you'd never know it was there. And there's your little birdie. Now I need to snip this off, so I pull it a little bit and snip, and then that also disappears into the wool fabric as well. So there's no trace of his little surgery. Anyway, there he is. You can do as many of these as you like. Don't go mad though, because my friend Sue went completely crazy and made a whole load of these and got a little bit of a repetitive strain injury in her wrist. Sue, I love you. You made so many of these for good causes, because she sold them for charities and things, and making money for different things. So good on you, Sue. Also, she adapted my pattern to do her own thing with as well. So that worked out really well. Anyway, there he is. And you can, as I showed you, where's he gone? Where's the other one gone? The one I wasn't attached to. I don't know. You can put a brooch back on like that. Just sew it on. That's what I do with mine. And then he's gone on to these little cards, which is one thing you could do. Again, you can make him into a little bag charm or just a little present for a teacher. They're great. They don't take long. You see how long that one's taken. It's not taken long at all. So you could do a few of these in an evening if you've got a set of people that you want to, a set of friends, and you want to give them out, you know, you're going for a coffee or something, you want to give everybody a little gift. These are great for that as well. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed watching me make a little bird, a tiny bird for my flock of tiny birds. I'll probably put some of these in my Ko-fi shop. I'm afraid that they are only going to be UK only though, because postage, I'm afraid, is unbelievably crazy at the moment. It's such an extortionate amount of money just to send something small like this for you. I'm sure you can make many yourself, to be honest. Anyway, that's enough from me for now. So me and my flock of birds are going to fly off and have a cup of coffee. But I will be back here very soon with something else. Obviously, we've got the Cozy Craft Club on Sunday, and I've got a whole host of other things. I don't know how I'm going to fit in this month, so we might have some extra cookies coming up. You never know. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to know whenever I upload a new video, because then you will get a little notification and it doesn't cost you a penny. Don't forget as well to go over to the Facebook group to pick up the pattern for these. Join in the Facebook group and not my artist page. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the group. So make sure you put group in. That's enough from me. I will be back here very soon, as I said, with something else. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye for now.